This problem we're given a quadratic equation and we are to find f of 10 and f of negative 10 and write our answer as ordered pairs. So to do that, I'm going to copy my function down, but where I see an input variable x, I'm just going to leave an empty space here. So let me proceed to write a set of parentheses for every input variable. So I have x squared, I'm going to write that as parentheses squared, minus 2 times x, so I'm going to change that to 2 times parentheses, and subtract 15. If I was to simply just go in here and put x, as there's an x right here now, if I did that, you'd see that I indeed get exactly what this says here. I'd get x squared minus 2x minus 15. So this is just me using empty parentheses rather than a letter of the alphabet to represent the input variable. So, whatever goes in here, we'll put in here and in here. So for the first problem, it simply says that we want to find f of 10. So even to get the question, I'm going to have to replace x with 10. And again, whatever goes here also goes here and here. So simplifying that out, I have f of 10 is equal to 10 squared means 10 times 10 or 100. I have negative 2 multiplied by 10. Negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 10 is 20. And I still have the subtract 15 over here. So I get that f of 10 is 100 minus 20. This piece here would be 80. But then you'd have to take that 80 and subtract 15. So 80 take away 10 would be 70, and then 5 more would give me 65. So however you do that, you would end up getting that f of 10 is 65. So f of negative 10 means I'm going to have to put in negative 10 here. F of negative 10 is negative 10 squared, which means negative 10 times negative 10. Well, negative times a negative is a positive, so I start out getting 100 again. Now I have a negative times a negative, which is a positive, so this time we're going to be adding 20. Here I get minus 15. So what I'm going to get here this time is this gives me 120. And if you took 120 and subtracted 15, you would get 105. I'm going to box that answer just for good measure. Now that we've written our answers in function notation, I have to write my answers as ordered pairs. So with function notation, the idea is that the number in the parentheses is the input and this guy over here would be the output. But then in point notation, you use a parenthesis, input, comma, output, and then a right parenthesis. So given that one of my answers was f of 10 equals 65, that means that when someone plugs in 10, they get out 65. So 10 comma 65 would be how to write this as an ordered pair. And then likewise, if I did that same thing with f of negative 10 equals 105, that since we have f of negative 10 equals 105, that is just to say that when you input negative 10, the output came out to be 105. So this is how you would write this in point notation. So writing them side by side, you can compare the difference between function notation and corresponding point notation.